All right, guys and girls, we are back. Thanks for sticking around on the AlwaysMoto podcast and episode 50 that we are deep into right now. Let's jump into the weekly product spotlight. This week's product is FunnelWeb filters. Now, for anybody who hasn't seen a FunnelWeb filter, it's an air filter for your bike, and it looks like a pineapple. It's fair dinkum looks like a pineapple. But these are an awesome air filter. I've been using these filters for about 10 years, which is quite a long time. I found them when I needed to transition from one bike to another, and I needed to upgrade some new filters. I'd always run another brand, but when I found these, I thought there was a fantastic idea that came along with them, and that pineapple design is the idea itself. It increases the surface area of the filter and allows it to be used for a longer lifespan, which means that you can run that in a dusty condition for longer before you need to change that air filter because of the extra surface area that it's breathing through. The other aspect that's really cool with these is there's actually a hard rubber ring. When I say hard, it's like it's a dense material of rubber it's still flexible in the sense that you can fold the filter up and squish it out when you're pushing through air filter oil or cleaning it. But it allows you to have a firm feel when you're seating the air filter into the bike to tell if it's sealed or not. So when you're making sure that you're running your finger around the rim to check that it's seated, you can actually feel this quite well to tell that it's in properly before you put your seat or your side panel back on. So if you're not checking that aspect of it being seated, you really need to look at yourself pretty hard in the mirror, because that's how you prevent your engine from getting dusted. In many cases, that's just how people have ended up in that situation, because they haven't checked that rim has seated well into the bike. But that rim and the extra surface area is what makes these filters super good to use, and I've had really good effect with that. One such race I can remember for sure, I was following a guy in a very dusty race in a cross country for 3 hours, and at about 2.5 hour mark, his bike stopped, and it was the filter that was block solid, and mine made it all the way to the end and still looked quite all right by the end. I still had some areas that we could use in the filter because of that extra surface area from the pineapple appearance. Now, for an example for these filters and cost, if you have a Sherco 300 two-stroke, they are $49.95 for a filter. But be sure to check their site for fitment to your bike and an accurate pricing for your particular filter that you need. Now, if you want to check them out further, funnelwebfilter.com.au is where you can go. But check them out, guys and girls. They're a very cool product, very clever idea, and they will help you ride for longer without having to change your filter as often. All right, let's leave it. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the AlwaysMoto podcast.